Hey everybody, it's Dave, and it is November the 6th, 2017, and that means we are now in week 13, which is pretty awesome because we've kind of covered the major civilizations now, and we're beginning to move into the Middle Ages. So first off, let me tell you about the early civilizations papers you turned in last week. I get a lot of emails from students asking me if I've received their papers and their documents. And I can tell you I definitely have. Just as a side note, anytime where I have a project that's due, I always check the uploads on that Monday, the day after it's due. And I contact anyone who has not turned a project in. So you can rest assured I do have your project. I'm making my way through them. And hopefully within the next week, I should be done with all of them. No promises, as these do take up a long time in terms of grading. And I try to comment back on them because they are substantial papers, and we always want to have these as kind of a learning tool for later classes. So I do spend the time to comment as much as I can on them. As far as this week goes, we're going to cover two chapters. They're both fairly small, and we're looking at the fall of the Roman Empire and the rise of Christianity. So I think it's chapter 8 and chapter 9 that we're going to be covering. And then the quiz this week, well, first of all, let me tell you about the lecture. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. But the lecture this week is an audio PowerPoint. So make sure when you download it, please give it plenty of time to download because the audio file is fairly substantial. When you set to play it, make sure when you click the slideshow, you just let the slideshow play. The audio is synced with the timing of the slides, and if you start going in and moving the arrows around and you want to go back to an image, it throws the entire slideshow off. So just as a word of warning, once you press the slideshow button, just let it go ahead and play. The quiz. The quiz is totally different this week. It's something we've never done before. I'm sure you're tired of the true-false multiple choice, and I don't have time to grade an essay at the moment or short answers since I'm grading the other projects. So I kind of want to do a discussion forum, and I've never done one of those before in any of my online classes I've taught. So what I'm doing is I have a discussion prompt for you. When you answer it and you're ready to post your response to it, you're going to go to the Moodle site. You're going to click the link at the very bottom of our week that says quiz number 9, and it will give you basically a discussion post area. On the subject matter, you're going to write your name, and then down below that, you're going to enter your answer. And then you're going to press the button that says like save to forum. So it's pretty easy. I'm just trying this out because I've never used it before, and so it's a learning experience for me as well as for you, because I do want to use these later in other classes and such. So I'm going to read through the prompt. I have it on the screen here. It just asks what is the most interesting artwork or building that we found in these two chapters. And so it's going to be up to you. Go through the chapters, read about all the artworks, watch the PowerPoint, of course, and kind of decide on one particular artwork that attracted you. And you're going to tell me a little bit about it. Of course, you're going to tell me the title of the work, but then why did it stand out to you? What is the medium it was created with? And if it's architecture, you can just tell me it's a building that you can't really tell what medium it's created out of. What story does it tell, if any? Does it differ from other artworks or structures we've seen from previous chapters? So for instance, if you deal with, let's say you pick the Hagia Sophia, which is a fantastic church done around 532 AD, and it's what interests you. You can always juxtapose it and talk about it in comparison to like the Pantheon from the early Roman Empire. I think the Pantheon was dated around 190 AD, something like that, 118, something like that. And they both have these gigantic domes on top of the buildings. So that would make like a really good discussion, compare and contrast type of sentence or two. That's what I would like you to do. I'm looking for a paragraph. I'm looking for at least 5 sentences, and then all you have to do is click the button that says post to forum, and it's not going to be automatically graded. I'll wait for the week to finish up, and then I'll go through and make sure that you've posted, and I will give you a grade from that. The quiz is going to be worth 20 points this week, so it's just kind of a minor amount, but it's, again, just to get the kinks out of this process and make sure I know what I'm doing and all of that. So it should be fairly easy and not take up too much of your time as far as the quiz is concerned. Finally, don't forget that we still have extra credit that is due, and that's going to be, the due date's going to be coming up pretty quick on that. So if you're going to do that, please make sure to set aside some time. I know a lot of people may go during the Thanksgiving break. If you have family in town or whatever, maybe you can take them, or maybe you're going to be getting away from them doing the project. So with that, that's all I have for you this week, and I will see you next Sunday.